video I'd like to tell you about a great discovery I made 4 months ago. That's exactly when I switched back to special blonde. For those who don't know the history of my hair, probably the majority of viewers of this video, let me make it short. I had quite a long experience with special blonde. Here was the result right after the lightening and toning. Here is what I was left in 3-4 weeks after the hair was not fresh and the toning was washed off, right before roots were supposed to be lightened again. It was a little bit yellow, it was getting a little bit yellow, and it was more like a wheat blonde. And then I decided to switch to bleach to get this platinum blonde, extra light, perfect, almost white, and I was very happy with it. I liked it, but then I decided to dye my hair darker, and I changed my mind and bleached it off again, and it was a one-way ticket for my hair to go out. My lens fell, it deeply traumatized me, this experience. I cut my hair and decided to switch back to my favorite, healthy and comfortable special blonde. And I even turned my hair a little bit darker back in June 4 months ago, because I knew that special blonde will leave me with a little bit darker hair ultimately at the end. But hopefully, due to the fact that it was quite a cool toning, cool tones, cool shades wash off quickly, so it fortunately it washed off because ta-da! That's what I get now from special blonde. Sorry for a spoiler, we'll get back to it later. So now let's move to the good part. I'm going to share you a perfect secret tip, life hack, it can come up with more synonyms, which really works, and I'm more than happy with it. I'm very satisfied. So what do I do now? I just decided to lighten that part of roots which is under processed every time I lighten my roots. So for instance, now it's time for me to lighten roots with special blonde. Let me make it focus. And I'm going to light not only this part of roots, which I always did, but also I will lighten one more time the area which looks a little bit under processed, under lightened, and I'm doing this every time now I'm lightening my roots with special blonde. So I just gave it a try, and it worked out. It leaves hair totally alive and healthy. I just got no hair left after I did this. I mean, it did not fall anywhere. The structure remained healthy, and it's been 4 months already, so I can prove you, I can guarantee that it works just perfectly, because special blonde is not killing the pigment inside. So for those who know, let me refresh your memory. For those who don't know, let me show you how it's done. First of all, you should separate your hair on 4 equal sections. I can barely see anything. It should not be perfect. First on 2, then on 4. Hopefully it was a good transition. One part remains untangled, because you will start from this, and then you will gradually lose all the parts and colorize them, lighten. So now see what bleach left me with. I'm still very much angry, but I should blame myself, because I decided to bleach it several times in a row. Anyway, I want to show you, because probably you won't believe me and don't understand what I was talking about. I want to show you these under-processed zones of hair which are yellow on daylight. I was lucky to catch a very daylight of daylight with some sun, in spite of the fact that it was a gloomy autumn day. So, what I was talking about, just have a look. there is this zone which I lightened last month with special blonde, and it was not enough. It's still yellow, and you can see this area. As I told you, it matches just perfectly the bleached zone. You see, it is supposed to be somewhere here. Can you see it? I cannot, because it works. I am walking around and catching different lights so that you definitely and guaranteed see the difference. If you lighten your roots only, as I've been doing for 4 years of my experience with special blonde, then you will get same result as I showed you at the beginning of the video. So you will get this more yellow with blonde, which is okay, but for me, for instance, I like more cool and lighter shade. And a very important remark, as I think, some of you may ask me, why don't I just lighten this roots area for longer, or why don't I just do it 2 times to get perfectly lightened roots area? Someone might ask me, why am I not getting a perfect result instantly within each session, and why do I leave myself with this yellow underprocessed roots area? And I will answer this question. Because, first of all, you cannot leave special blonde on your roots for more than 1 hour. If you do, you will just make harm to your hair without any additional result. You cannot, like, the capacity is limited. Secondly, as long as it takes 1 hour, I do not want to, you see, you are applying 20 minutes, you are applying, it's quite exhausting, by the way, you are applying on your roots this mixture. Then you wait another 40 minutes, then you go wash it all off, then you should dry your hair because it's supposed to be applied on dry hair. And then just repeat everything again, and then you should also tan your hair. That's too difficult and exhausting and time consuming, and for me, I am totally fine with this slightly darker zone of 1 centimeter of my roots being slightly yellow, so it does not matter to me. I will show you the result. It really is not that yellow and eye-catching, so that's why I'm doing it this way. From my perspective, to my taste, to get the most beautiful shade, you need to mix 3 color directions of special blonde. I'm using the coloration. Here I'm showing you them. These are my best, very loved shades. I am mixing them in equal proportions. I'm taking 13 grams of each dye. So I'm taking 40 grams of special blonde, and this is enough to lighten both zones. Around 2-3 centimeters of regrown area. 40 grams of dye, 39 to be precise, and I'm adding 78 grams of developer. I'm using 12% or 40 volume. This is what you are supposed to use when you are working with special blonde. It really needs this high percent, and it's the healthiest possible way of work with ammonia special blonde dye lightener. That's not bleach. Bleach works vice versa. We are looking at one mirror and seeing what's going on in another. So I applied on my back zone. Sorry for the ventilation. That's just I cannot see properly all the hair without this second light, and it works with ventilation. So I applied everything on the 2 back zones, as you can see. Now it's time to apply it on the frontal zone, 2 zones. And I am in a hurry actually, because it usually takes me around 13 minutes to apply everything on the back and around 10 minutes to apply everything on the frontal zones, and then I wait for 40 minutes for the dye to work, and you should not leave it for more than an hour plus several minutes. 5 minutes, for instance, at a maximum. So do not forget to work with in gloves, because in spite of the fact that that's not bleach, special blonde is not ruining your hair, but it is ruining your fingers, and you don't want this to happen. What I'm going to do, I previously told you that you can easily see this yellow zone. Actually, I was lying, because on the back zones sometimes it's difficult to see it, because that's not so eye-catching, as I already told you. It's not too dark, and if you cannot see it, you can just imagine what is this zone in centimeters, because you've done it 3 weeks ago or months ago, and it's same 1 centimeter of as your roots, so you can just extrapolate it and imagine in your head that it should be the same. So you are just applying twice more, that's all. And now I hope you can see it, because I barely can see what I'm doing. I'm going to show you the process a little bit to remind you how it's done, if you don't remember, to show you how it's done in this new way of double application and of additional lift up of what wasn't lifted up enough before. So as you can see, I applied on a twice bigger area. Now I'm separating. That's not a bleach, so you can separate. You can make a little bit more rough sections, not 1 centimeter, but 1.5, because special blonde will do what it should do. It can be less accurate, and that's another big benefit, because you can work less precise, more quickly. And I also forgot to mention that you should leave these frame zones, frame parts of hair untouched till the very end, because they are very thin. So you applied everything, and then you are going to apply dye on these zones. I'm going to turn off the camera because I need to work quickly. So now I applied everything, and I wait another 40 minutes. And as I told you, this amount is perfectly enough. You can even apply it more generously, because I have some leftovers actually. That was 39 grams of dye. So I'm back. I just washed it off, and here is the result. I have wet hair because I'm going to apply toning dyes, and actually you can stop at this stage and be left with what you've got now. And after drying, I state and I can assure you that you will get a more smooth, equal surface of hair of color shade all over the lens, and you will not have this obvious transition, as obvious as it is now. But actually it's not very much obvious. I don't know what the camera shows you now. I will check later. So you can just leave it as it is, in case you don't want to spend additional time or money. And as of me, I prefer to also apply tanning, because it fills the spoiled hair structure with additional pigment, and I like this effect. It leaves me with a more healthy hair. And now I will turn, as I usually do, and show you the final result. So I finished everything, washed it off, dried it, and here is the result. I will also show you everything on a daylight tomorrow, because now it's already evening and it's dark. But now you can have a look at what I got. And here is this zone I was talking about. It's slightly under processed, but it's not that obvious, it's not noticeable, so I'm totally fine with this. Hope this video was useful. Thank you for watching. Please like it, subscribe, and bye bye.